Well, Edmonton was off on Monday night. The Devils were in action on Monday night. It's not a long trip from Calgary to Edmonton, but Edmonton was playing at home. They had won 2 straight. You would think things would favor them, Chico, but that's not the story.
They were off Monday night, but guess what? They were also off Tuesday night.
In a different way.
Exactly. But the Devils played a smart game in Calgary. And you know what, Matty? They came out and duplicated it tonight. They won board battles. I mean, there was some crazy. Devils turn it over, then Oilers get it. No, they turn it over. Oilers get it, they turn it over, then Devils turn it over. It was just so unpredictable on the way players were going to handle the puck. Neither team, you could say, really managed the puck greatly tonight. But the Devils did just a little bit better. And that's what you and I have been talking about. They're not going to blow teams out. Just be a little bit better, especially on that big scoreboard.
The Devils have now won 4 out of 5. They pull within 3 points of third place in the Metropolitan Division with the win. And there's a long way to go, and they won't play again till Friday, so the gap may widen. Mm-hmm. You know, it's that time of the year, of course. But both Connor Brown and Sheldon Keefe said this morning that something is starting to click. Now, we've heard that before, and we've seen the Devils take a step up, a step back. Now we'll see, with crunch time upon us, if they're able to take 2 steps forward. They've won 2 in a row. They'll try to make it 3 straight, their first 3-game winning streak since the end of November when they play Vancouver.
Well, here's what's starting to click. Both goalies playing well, right? You want that. 6 defense played well again tonight, Matty. They were under siege. And then the forwards are coming back. They're winning board battles. I know they only scored 2 goals, but 2 nice ones. So that's some of the clickiness, if you will, that the Devils are doing, and it's paying off at W's.
Yeah, it was. It's the formula. And listen, the Devils are just not a big offensive team. We don't know what trades Tom Fitzgerald may make between now and the trade deadline, before the Olympic break perhaps, but certainly before we hit the trade deadline in March. So we don't know what changes might be forthcoming, what additions, but this is it. This is the team. And it's most of the big names have struggled in shooting percentage. They'll all be below career marks, career averages. It's just been one of those years. But they can still win, and that's the point.
That is the point, Matty. You know, you can wish that you were a different kind of team, or you could do this or that. But you know what? You are what you are, and you got to win the way you are, and they're doing that in the last 2 nights.
Well, they are, just giving up the 1 goal in each of the games, the wins over Calgary and over Edmonton, as we're joined by one of the Devils' defensemen, Jonas Siegenthaler. And Jonas, thanks very much for your time. We wanted to speak with, forget about it. We talk to guys who score goals all the time, and Arseni and Cody certainly deserve full marks for what they did tonight, but what a gutty performance by your fellow defensemen, the 6 of you out there, and Jake Allen. You have to be awfully proud of what you were able to do tonight and last night. Back-to-back wins in low-scoring affairs.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't easy, but I think, you know, we stood with it, and you know, it wasn't anything fancy, but, you know, on the road against Edmonton, you know, we just want to play smart, play hard, play simple, and I think tonight we were patient again, and Gritzy and Glasser got us on the board, and with 2 huge goals, and you know, I think in the back we did a pretty good job. Jake was phenomenal. The decor was good, and you know, the forwards helped us out as well.
Well, Siki, I know you would like to win easy. I know you would like to do things differently, but you can't. Your team is what they are, and I still think, I don't know how you guys look at the 6D, especially tonight and last night, but you guys are such a key back there, and I just want you to just talk about your overall mindset on keeping Connor McDavid at bay and a lot of the other guys. I mean, do you guys feel the pride among the 6 of you?
Yeah, I think, you know, we kind of all have the same mindset. You know, a little bigger guys, good skaters, and I think, you know, we just want to keep it simple and play hard. And, you know, everybody knows how Connor plays, and, yeah, he has a lot of speed, and I think we managed it pretty well. Over 60 minutes, and I think we, at some times, we kind of frustrated him as well, and I think for him it wasn't that fun to play against us tonight.
Good one. And you know what? You're going to wear out the knees on your socks more than any other D. You're down. You're thrashing around. And you said you wanted to be a goalie, but I just watched the clip. Okay, Siki, right near the end. Okay, you're in front, and the puck goes to your left. That guy has the puck. Do you know the one I mean?
Yeah, you saw my pad save there?
Yeah, I thought that was a kick pad. That was old school.
Yeah, I know. No butterfly, just old school hockey there.
Oh, that was brilliant save.
Yeah,
it was, and it was exciting. You talked about not giving McDavid much. He kind of got in his grill a little bit, and that was early. Johnny Kovacevic with a big hit that Edmonton took exception to in the first period. A fight broke out. It was short-lived, but I thought Johnny won it against Podkolzin. What impact did that fight have, do you think, on what we saw tonight?
Yeah, I think that was huge. Clean hit by Covey, and stood up for himself after. And I think it was just a message early on, that tonight we're just not gonna let him go through his game, make it hard for him. And I think Covey showed that pretty early. And I definitely think that was a huge point in the game as well.
Okay, you're one of the smartest minds in the dressing room. I'm saying that. You don't have to. But here's what I'm saying. The coach said today that he feels some things are kind of clicking. Some of the opportunities and things that you look for to come together as a team are starting to happen slowly. What do you think you have seen come together, say, in the last two games? And I know this is a same kind of question, but he said there's some things coming together.
Yeah, I think the last two games we don't try to force plays. We just try to keep it simple, make smart puck decisions, especially at the blue line. And I think we went through our forward check, and I think that could be much better. And I think the last two games we kind of showed that as well. And at the end, if everything is connected, if we have support from the forwards, we can have better gaps as D-core, and we can stand up earlier, finish the play before the blue line, and stuff like that. I think it just needs everybody. It needs the whole team and all five guys on the ice, and if everybody's on the same page and does this job, the game kind of gets easy. But I think it's starting to click, and we just gotta continue to do that, create a habit, and make it our standard.
Well, you're right, Sigi. You don't want to be the one now that makes the mistake defensively, right? Forwards are coming back, D's standing up. You know what I mean? There's some drive when you say everybody's doing it, and I better follow suit.
Yeah, I think if Nico does it, if I don't know, Pally, if the leaders show it by example, I think everybody jumps in the same boat, and and I think it's more fun to play as well. If everybody's on the same page. So there is no FUs on the benches. I think I think at the end it's a team sport, and we just got to stick together and stick to the game plan and be on the same page. And if we do that, it's going to be a little easier, and it's more fun as well.
And you need somebody making some beautiful kick saves, right, at the big time?
Yeah, like me.
Yes. Attaboy. Ziggy.
Jonas, thanks very much for your time. Let's get to the room. Enjoy your day off tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you. You guys as well.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Day off tomorrow in Vancouver, as the Devils have a few days off before they'll practice on Thursday. Full off day tomorrow as they get ready to take on Vancouver. By the way, Connor McDavid held without a point tonight. First time in 18 games he's played against the Devils that he hasn't had a point. That point streak was the second longest by an active player against a single opponent. Leon Draisaitl has 20 points, or a 20-game point streak against Chicago. McDavid will have to wait till next year to start anew.
Well, that's very impressive, Matty. You got the final sheet. We didn't get the final sheet. I'm just looking at how many shots did he get? Maybe you don't. I apologize.
No, I got it 3.
Okay, he got 3, and how about Bouchard?
The Bush bomb had 1.
See? That's only 4 shots against from 2 of their best players, and that didn't result in anything, and because of the goalie, Allen, and others who were blocking shots. But, I mean, that's saying a lot. You keep those guys to 4 shots total.
Hyman did have 5, by the way, but it was a frustrated 5, right?
Oh, he could have had 10, and he would have found a way to hit the post or miss the net. Just one of those nights for him.
Yep, as the Devils win by a score of 2-1. We'll get reaction from the Devils dressing room in just a moment. But let's check out highlights of this game, and we rewind the clock back to the first period. It was late in the first period. You heard Jonas Siegenthaler talk about the impact that it had. You heard him tell us that the Devils basically got in Connor McDavid's grill all night long, made it hard for him. As we just discussed, just 3 shots on goal for the man who came in with 85 points, tied for first in the National Hockey League.
And that grill is on the front of a Ferrari, supercharged. Yeah. Just so you know, because he can be dynamite and win games on his own.
Yep, but Johnny Kovacevic said not tonight, and then because of what he did, this is what happened. Takeaway at center ice by the Devils, but the pass ahead to Jack Hughes rolls off his stick, and Edmonton picks it up in the neutral zone. Dragging it across, it's McDavid. Oh, he's hit up high by Kovacevic, and there's going to be a fight. They drop the gloves. It'll be Podkolzin and Kovacevic. Kovacevic lands her right. Now they wrestle each other down, and the linesman will separate them. It didn't last long, but it was effective.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and I love the way and it's a fight. I mean, because we don't get to describe those much. This was a clear drop the gloves and go at it. And, you know, both players did well. And I'm not sure that a fight should have occurred. It was a good, clean hit by Kovacevic on McDonald. But like you said, whenever you hit the star player of the other team, somebody's coming after you, right?
And you're right. It was Podkolzin, but to your point that you made throughout the game, they only had 11 forwards. They were going 11-7, and Podkolzin got a 10-minute misconduct. He got 2 for instigating, 5 for fighting, and the 17 misconduct. That's a third of the game.
That's a good point, Manny.
Well, you were the one who brought it up. I'm just echoing what you said.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't do the math like you, though. That's good. There were so many factors, but, you know, it seemed like the Devils were finding ways to lose. But now, Matty, they're using everything to their advantage, like that fight. That fight was to their advantage. And killing penalties, they did a great job of killing penalties. We can't overlook that. Yeah,
Edmonton, the top power play team in the National Hockey League, was 0 for 2 with the man advantage, and we'll get to one of the highlights on their power play coming up here in just a moment. So it was a scoreless first period, 4 shots for each side, and then the floodgates opened up. It was only 3 goals, but they came in quick succession, and it was Arseny Gritsuk who got things going. 5 minutes gone by. Here's a pass. Hamanaho looking for his first NHL goal. Sends it high and wide. Now here's a chance. Gritsuk scores! Pass out of the corner by Glass. And Arseny Gritsuk has given the Devils the lead. He beat Tristan Jarry. That puck, I think, went through Mr. Jarry. Mr. Resch did it.
Goals that go through you should be stopped, right? The ones that go by you, you live with. But I said the first goal was going to be huge. And we like that, Gritsuk. That guy loves to shoot the puck. And that's going to be one of Matty and my favorites. Someone who likes to shoot the biscuit. Boy, did he rip it there right through the goalie.
And put it in the basket, his 9th goal of the season. His first in 10 games, so it had been a while for Arseny Gritsuk. It comes at 5:23. Cody Glass and Dougie Hamilton with the assist. Hamilton now with a 5-game point scoring streak with 6 assists since being benched.
Well, and I'm glad you mentioned that, Matty. We got to point that out when a guy rebounds like he has. That was a very important assist, too.
Matt Savoy comes back quickly after the Gritsuk goal to tie it up with his 8th goal of the season. Jake Wallman and Isaac Howard with the assists for the Oilers. But a minute and a half after that, the Devils regained the lead. Gritsuk with it, has a man cutting to the front of the net. They score! Cody Glass with the blast, and the Devils back out in front, 2-1. And it turns out that Cody Glass would have the game-winning goal because no more goals were scored. And so he has 2 game-winning goals, and that ties a career high for him.
Good, and Cody Glass with the blast. What a poet. Attaboy, but it was a blast for him.
It
was. You're not quite sure what his shot is about. Like, usually it's a wrister, but that one, he had it one time. He came off the bench. He was on the far side and off his wing, so the puck was right where he wanted it, but he hammered that thing.
Brendan Dillon off for a delay of game penalty. The Devils had just taken the 2-1 lead. The penalty comes a minute 20 later. Best power play unit in the National Hockey League, but minus Leon Draisaitl, a pretty important cog in that wheel. But still, Bouchard and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and, of course, Connor McDavid. So they still have a lot of weapons, and the Devils turn the tables.
Yeah.
So here comes McDavid with speed across the line. In deep, sends one wide. Picks it up on the carom. Backhands to the blue line. Bouchard looks to get it to McDavid, but it's picked off by Connor Brown. It'll be a 2-on-1 the other way. Brown and Glass. Brown across the line for Glass. Shoots. And what a save made by Jarry. A spinning, sliding glove stop. Oh, baby. And I delayed, and I think the crowd delayed too, because I'm saying that puck's in the net somewhere. They're going to say goal, right? But no, what a brilliant save.
It was in that
Tristan
wedge,
Jarry.
in that web of the glove. And then the spinorama with the arm. You know, remember goalies used to do that, make a glove save, man, and spin that around and just bring the house down. And that was a dandy.
You did that back in the day.
Yeah. Except I didn't have the puck in my glove. It was in the net. But I was trying to distract the folks.
All right, so the Devils don't score shorthanded. But then Jake Allen, while Edmonton was on a later power play, he said, that guy down there, he did some magic. I'm going to perform a little prestidigitation. Nugent-Hopkins at the blue line, drops it off for McDavid, moves down the left wing side. Now for Nugent-Hopkins. Oh, he sends it cross ice in an equally brilliant stop by Jake Allen on Jake Wallman. Oh, boy, are the goalies hot. Didn't want to say, oh, baby, twice, so.
Well, you did compliment him, and that's the bottom line, because that was one brilliant save, and probably maybe the game changer. There were others, but that was the big one
Well,
to me.
It's a good point, so I'm going to rethink it a little bit. I'm going to declare that the play of the game, brought to you by Prudential, the Devils' official financial services partner.
Well, you can never lose, Matty, going to a save more than a shot or a goal.
And it kept it 2-1, and that was the final score. So into the third period we would go, and Edmonton dominated large stretches, I would say, of the third period. But there was some good fortune. There was some good play. The good fortune was a part of a bad night for Zach Hyman. Edmonton clears. Jack goes to grab it. It's poked away from behind, but the Devils there in numbers. And there he'll pick it up. And now there's a man in all alone. And Podkolzin is turned back by Allen. Loose puck in front. Oh, they ring it off the post. That was Hyman. Oh, Devils playing with some fire here. Yeah, because, there was some magic for Edmonton. Puck was on their stick a lot, but Podkolzin turned back. Nice save by Jake Allen. And the bing, that always sounds good to a goalie.
And when the shooter throws his head back and gets a whiplash like Hyman did, you know that he knows he missed a glorious chance.
And there were more chances, but Jake Allen kept doing his thing like this on Hopkins. He's got it. Gives it to Ekholm. Heischer stays after it. As now it's pushed up ahead. Here's McDavid across the line. He moves in deep. Cuts to his left shot. Saved by Allen. Oh, Jake with another big-time stop. And then the puck was put off the side of the net by Connor McDavid on that same exchange.
Oh, yeah, that sums up a little bit what was going on. Even Connor McDavid wasn't his perfect self. He had a chance to make a cross-ice one-timer, would have resulted in goal, but he hurried it because he was under pressure, and it wasn't where it needed to be, and the play went awry. So it just wasn't his night. It wasn't Hyman's night in terms of finishing scoring. And so those are the two of their key players that they need, and they didn't have them tonight.
Nope, and this last one for Jake Allen on Connor McDavid to help put a capper on the night. Puck stays in the zone, though. Ekholm for McDavid. McDavid along the goal line in front. It deflects off of Allen. Puck taken by the Devils. They look to clear. Can't get it out of the zone. Fighting for it is Brown. Can't get control. Now it comes to McDavid. His shot is stopped by Allen. And the Devils win by a score of 2-1.
Yes. And I saw Allen. He was on his knees. He could hardly get up. He was so tired. And the players came and mobbed him, and they should have, because he was the number one star. And
a huge block by Brett Pesce in the sequence at the end. He was hurt on that play big time. Oh. And then the kick save by Jonas Siegenthaler.
Siegenthaler, I saw it. He actually went in that save, and I didn't know if it hit him or not. We didn't get the replay, but he said, yeah, it hit his pad.
And the Devils win by a score of 2-1. Let's hear what Arseny Gritsuk had to say following his 2-point game.
Of a win was that for this group, especially that third period where the Oilers just came at you guys like crazy?
Yeah, we know, like, this team, it's unbelievable team, and so exciting to play against them. Yep. And third period, not great game us, but good defense, good Jake, couple saves, and we win this game.
I was going to say, what did you see from Jake in that third period, the way he held you guys in there?
I don't know. Every shot I see, he saves. A second period power play when he have, it's unbelievable. I'm always happy.
And what's it like sort of connecting again with Glasser, just the way you bang your stick for him and then you return it to him the next year?
Yeah, we play a lot of games with him, and now Lenny coming with us line. He's a smart guy, he's young, and he's like play with puck, and it's good for us. We play like not a lot of time, but I think we like
made the most of it.
Yeah, good for team, and we're happy like we can.
You got it.
We support team win today.
And how important has this stretch of hockey been, where you guys are starting to find your game again after a tough stretch?
Yeah, we talk a lot with team, and a couple of meetings we have. We have bad lose, you know, it's not us game, and now we're starting team build again, and we win 2 games, and I think I want this road like same way.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Gritz. Appreciate it. You nailed it. Good job.
All right, Arseny Gritsuk speaking with our Amanda Stein. And a nice night for that young man, 2-point night. Big win for Jake Allen as he celebrates his 12th win of the season, has now won 5 straight against the Edmonton Oilers, and this is what he had to say.
And sometimes you're up against a team like the Oilers who are going to come at you in that third period. Mm-hmm. Guys like yourself have to step up. What was that third period experience like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all knew it after the second intermission, or between the second intermission, we knew they were going to have a push, and we knew their best players were going to play the majority of that period, which seemed like they did. Yeah, we just had to find a way to get through it. Obviously, they're going to get their looks. That's the reality of it. They're a good team. They're really good players over there, so we got to understand that they're going to have momentum. It's just how do we get through that momentum, and I thought the guys did a great job, and obviously it starts last night. I thought it was a really good effort last night, and guys are playing hard, and it's good to see. It's a good start to this trip.
What is the biggest takeaway from that third period? Just, constantly on your toes, but for this group right now, like what does that say about where you guys are at right now?
A little bit more maturity in our game. I think, we had 3 or 4 wins before this trip, and a little bit more poise, a little bit more maturity, keeping the game a little bit more simple. But playing sound defensively, we're going to make mistakes, but I think for the most part tonight we did a really good job, and up until that third period they really didn't have a whole lot, so proud of the group.
You made some big saves, but I just want to ask you about a couple of big shot blocks at the end there, where a couple of your guys diving in front of
you. No, Palat had a huge one there from the point, but Siegenthaler made a good save there right at the end, and that puck, it was probably going in. So, I mean, for him, to be able to do that, guys are laying there on the line. They're stuck out there for a long time too, so that's not easy. They're huffing and puffing, they're out of breath, but they're still trying to find a way, and that's what we need.
There's a couple of cross-crease passes that you were able to get across on. It's just a matter of just trying to read those plays and just make yourself as big as possible.
Yeah, just trying to stay patient. This team's got offensive chemistry that's been together for a long time, so they know where each other's going to be, and that's why they're one of the best teams in the league for a long time. And it's just about being patient and doing my best.
I remember at the beginning of training camp you said that Grits probably has one of the best releases you've ever seen. Man, did he fire it like that. Jerry, I don't even think noticed what had happened on the play. What did you see from that from the other end of the ice, and how dangerous he can be?
No, we see it all the time. I think the hardest thing in this league is for guys coming in is to find time and space to shoot. That's the hardest thing. You can have a great shot in the world, but the best shot in the world, but if you can't find those pockets to shoot, and I feel like lately the last 15, 20 games, he's finding those pockets more, and eventually they're going to start going in. So it's a big transition for him, but he's got all the talent in the world.
Just wondering what you're seeing. It's only been a 2-game sample size, but Lenny coming in, you watched from the bench last night, obviously, today in front of you. What do you see from this young kid coming in?
I'm really impressed. Last night watching him, he was defensively responsible. He made some great plays offensively. I knew he was a skill player. Didn't know a whole lot about him. Just saw him a little bit at training camp, and obviously tonight he gets another chance to stay in the lineup. And again, I thought he did his thing. He was responsible, and that's the biggest thing that you can be as a young player coming up. And that responsibility usually generates into looks. So happy for him.
Thanks, Jake.
Jake Allen with the victory tonight, Chico, and now the Devils will enjoy a day off in Vancouver.
Yeah, and they can just add to what they've been doing, Matty. It's kind of reinforcing. I think we talked about it before, Matty. This team has to figure out who they really are, not who they want to be, but who are they. And at least right now, at this time in the season, winning 2-1 is kind of who they are, and they've done it 2 games in a row. Let's go in Vancouver, because Vancouver's lost like 11 or 12 in a row, so that's scary in some ways. But they don't want to change anything. They don't want to think, Vancouver, they're not very good. We're going to really take it to them. No, don't do that.
That would be disastrous. They got to take the good vibes and carry it with them to British Columbia. We don't have time to bring you Sheldon Keefe's post-game thoughts. We invite you to check out the Devils website and the social media channels to hear what Sheldon had to say about the victory over the Edmonton Oilers. The Devils back in action on Friday against Vancouver. It's a game you'll hear on the Devils Hockey Network.